Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we just have a quick discussion talking about the Time Twins once again, Acronix and Crux, and how the Ninjago series could actually bring them back in a very effective way during Ninjago 2023's story. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, why exactly are we talking about Ninjago 2023 when the 2022 story hasn't even happened yet? And to answer that, there is a very big rumor about Ninjago 2023 following the Season 16 leaks that we got from several sources around the community, including websites such as PromoBricks, that may in fact suggest a reboot for the Ninjago series. The reboot, of course, starting in 2023. And if that ends up being true, and those rumors end up being accurate, and we will see a Ninjago reboot next year, I think Acronix and Crux could be the perfect antagonists to begin that rebooted saga. So I hope you enjoyed today's discussion, but keep in mind as we move forward, this video will in fact contain several pieces of speculation and several theories on my end that should not be taken as 100% fact or a confirmation, so keep that in mind. Also, as I said, we're going to be discussing rumors in today's video, which may or may not be accurate depending on what exactly goes down this year for Ninjago. So in terms of Acronix and Crux, the Masters of Time, they were first introduced way back in Ninjago Season 7, Hands of Time, and they were established as being elemental masters that fought for good during the Serpentine War. However, after the war, the two brothers decided to team up against the other elemental masters, causing a civil war between the entire alliance. The twins ended up seeing a different fate than each other in terms of time. Time treated them differently until they returned in Ninjago Season 7 to do battle with the ninja and take out their revenge on Master Wu. After Season 7 wrapped up, the twins found themselves fighting Wu aboard the Iron Doom, and as seen in the Ninjago Golden Hour short film, they ended up slipping through several points of Ninjago's history and timeline until eventually Master Wu won the battle, drifting away from the Iron Doom back into the main timeline. Granted, as a baby, but still, Master Wu was successful in this scenario. Acronix and Crux, though, remained aboard the Iron Doom, presumably trapped in time for all of eternity. Now that's pretty much where we last saw Acronix and Crux. Ever since Hands of Time had finished, and even now so that Golden Hour is a thing, several Ninjago fans have been wondering if we can even see these characters back again someday. Well, considering several Ninjago Season 16 rumors, and the rumors following Ninjago 2022 into the year of 2023, I think the Time Twins' return may actually be somewhat possible. So a Ninjago reboot has been a discussion for several Ninjago fans following several Ninjago Season 16 leaks. The Ninjago reboot is said to be starting in the year of 2023, meaning that Season 16 could be the final season before everything gets reset, or if the series decides to continue into the future. One idea that myself and many other Ninjago fans came up with was the idea of a soft reboot for the entire Ninjago series, and by that I mean a continuation of the main Ninjago canon into 2023, but having the series focus on a new group of characters, a new group of elemental masters, and maybe it takes place in the far future. After Season 16 concludes whatever story it's trying to tell, maybe 2023's story could start the series anew, focusing on a new group of ninja who may or may not be descended from the original ninja that we all know and love. This would be a good way to keep the continuity of the show intact, while also opening up a door to tell a brand new story featuring brand new characters. Again, that's not confirmed just yet for the Ninjago 2023 story, but I feel like if Ninjago will in fact do a reboot, that's probably the best case scenario. In terms of how Acronix and Crux fit into all of this, well, they are masters of time, and they are currently trapped in a time stream of sorts that could drop them off at any given time. What if we see a Ninjago, reboot in the future, starring the future versions of the ninja and their children perhaps training to become new elemental masters, Acronix and Crux also made their way to the future? What if that were to happen? The Time Twins could pop up in the far future of Ninjago and could very well be a major antagonist towards the new group of characters. They could be villains in the Ninjago series again, but for the new group of characters. In a way, I really like that idea. I think if they were to do a Ninjago reboot, I think it would very much make sense to bring back an older Ninjago villain. That way the two series could blend together in a sense, and make it easy for old fans to transition into this new series. I think that would make the most amount of sense. If the Time Twins are in fact the main bad guys, I could totally see that working out because again, it connects the two franchises or the two series together and brings Ninjago fans something that they've been wanting for quite a few years at this point, the official return of Acronix and Crux. Maybe they can make a new army, build up new villains to do battle with this new group of characters. I think that could very much work out. There was an idea way back when Ninjago Season 7 was in production that actually had the Time Twins doing something similar, having them appear 40 years into the future of Ninjago after the ninja were aged up and had their own families or whatever, but of course Kai and Lloyd anticipated their return and were able to imprison them immediately in the future. According to Ninjago series creator Tommy Andreasen and other sources that work on the Ninjago TV show, as I've said, that was an original idea that they had had in the back pocket during Hands of Time's initial development. Ultimately, that was not the ending that they went with, but I do think that ending could be revamped or revised to fit into this Ninjago rebooted saga. If the Ninjago series is in fact planning to reboot, having the Time Twins come back and be the first bad guys that this new group of ninja faces off against would very much be beneficial, as I've said earlier. When you think about it, it also does make sense considering how Acronix and Crux, the Time Twins, have fought 2 generations of Elemental Masters before. They are originally from the Serpentine War all those many years ago. They fought against that group of Elemental Masters. Then, in the main Ninjago timeline that we saw during Season 7, they did battle with the current Elemental Masters, and if they were to appear in Ninjago's future, in a potential Ninjago reboot focusing on brand new characters and brand new ninja, they could also do battle against those Elemental Masters. I just think it's kind of poetic. Acronix and Crux, the Masters of Time, fighting 3 distinct generations of Elemental Masters, that would very much make sense to me. It would be interesting to see how they react to a new group of ninja if that's actually what's going to be happening. As I've said, maybe they could build a new army, face off against them in a completely different way. Either way, I do believe that a future reboot of Ninjago could be the perfect opportunity to bring back Acronix and Crux. I don't know, maybe it's just my crazy mind thinking, but I do believe Acronix and Crux could return in the future, and once again, a Ninjago reboot, I believe, would be the perfect opportunity to do so. Of course, though, there's also the idea that Acronix and Crux don't need to return in order to be successful bad guys. I do agree with that statement too. I think the Time Twins have done a lot for Ninjago right now with their history and their actions during Ninjago Season 7, and most of our questions about the Time Twins were answered during Golden Hour. You don't need to have the twins come back in the future by any means. It's not a requirement to make a Ninjago reboot work. If the Ninjago series desired the Time Twins to be lost in time forever, I mean, why not? They could totally keep that idea in place, but I just think the Time Twins coming back in a Ninjago reboot set several years into the future, I think that would be the most ideal scenario for me personally. But of course, with that being said, you guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about all of this. You've already heard my thoughts, now it's time for you guys to list your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about the idea of the Time Twins returning in a potential Ninjago reboot. Do you think that would be beneficial? Why or why not? Or do you think that the Time Twins don't need to return? Why do you think that way as well? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. No matter what exactly happens, I think the future of Ninjago is going to be very exciting for myself and several other Ninjago fans, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what exactly goes down. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and as always, check out the links down below in the description for other forms of social media. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Once again, you guys, my name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.